Tonight we are working to wrap up a project we've had for quite a while. This has been a pretty complex repair on this Gibson here. Let me know if you have any questions. We're doing a reattachment, a headstock on this Gibson. If you'd like to see what we've done so far, it's a good way to show you. So my friend, Colin, my good buddy Colin, crafted some plugs for this and carved out the spaces after we separated the headstock on this, which was terribly snapped off on this old Gibson here. Fell off the wall scenario. And so what we're doing right now is I've been slowly getting this back to shape. These used to be rectangle plugs on here. And so what we're doing right now is getting this back into the shape of the headstock. That's the idea. Once we do that, I need to go over any of these last spots. Mine is super tight. Yeah, man. This fell off a wall from what I understand. And I believe it fell right down on the headstock and snapped completely off. And my friend had repaired it with Gorilla Glue, but it was off-centered. And there's a loss of material right here. And so we've kind of come at it from the back really with the solid maple here to reinforce how this is going to go back together. And then we did a combination, different materials here. Glowing Samoan, you're the yes boot. Never give up on your dreams, bro. I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel and I love watching your videos. Cool guitar, by the way. Hey, thanks, dude. I really appreciate that, man. A lot. All right. Really appreciate it a lot, Glowing Samoan. All right, so what we're gonna do here is get this a little closer. It's actually some very final, just detail work that I need to do. The thing is, it's very painstaking at this point because I don't want to get too much of this original finish. I am going to get a little bit of it right at the seam because we're going to put just a little bit of fresh paint on it at some point. And so what I'm doing right now is just gently trying to get this back to the original contour. The way we had to replace this was we actually had to cut right here. You can see that on the side. And so this all had to be channeled out. And so what I'm doing right now is really getting this, like I just said, back to the natural shape. I've taken it about as far as I wanted to with my mechanical tools. And now this is really the final step with the hand tool here, is to make sure this gets back to the original shape. Let me know if you have any questions. We're repairing this really cool Gibson. No gloss on the back of the neck. Faster, easier to play. I agree. And check this out. This one has a really cool, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got this really cool blue-green undertone coming out of it. It's really cool. It's hard to see, but it is there. It's very cool. And so for those of you just joined in, we repaired the headstock that snapped off on this. And what we're doing right now is just doing very fine sanding between the new maple pieces that my friend Colin carved out for me and installed on this, and the existing maple body of the Gibson, or the headstock, however you want to refer to it. I guess it doesn't really matter. So at this point, we're just really trying to take our time, really trying to just get it back into the original shape and just going slow. That's really the idea. You don't want to rush this. It's an authentic relic, yeah. This is, man. This is one of my friends. He asked me to repair this for him. We've had it for a really long time because we've gone through quite a process of removing the head because it had, it was reattached with Gorilla Glue, but it was off-centered, which was just going to cause a ton of problems from a playing perspective. And so we very, very gently, over a 2-month period, removed the old headstock by inserting acetone and various types of glue things slowly into the seam where we put all the Gorilla Glue, and then just kind of slowly over a 2-month time frame, breaking that apart. After that, we started to clean everything up between the existing neck and the piece that snapped off, and tried to make everything very flush. And then from that point, we worked on developing these plugs. My friend Colin actually is the one who did all the plug work here. He made these plugs out of maple and routed out the sections on the back of the neck and headstock here so we could put this in. And I gotta say, this is, if you watch guitar repairs, we got this idea from a T. Woodford video. He's a really cool repair guy in Canada, and he did this with 3 pieces, and we felt that 2 would be good enough. But that's where we got the idea to do it this way, instead of the way we were gonna do it, which was just to take it off and try to reattach it from the front. We actually decided that, you know, it actually probably does need a lot of reinforcement. And you should probably trust the experts out there. So that's the way we did it. But yeah, this one's in the final swing. It's painstaking detail work right now. Because like I said, I'm trying to preserve this to the original Gibson as much as I can. And so I'm just very slowly getting the contours of this to line up perfectly with the existing wood right now. I've got this really sweet little sanding block that works great for this type of work. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thought it'd be kind of cool to show this. We've been working on it for quite a while, so I know my friend will be hopefully very happy to see this video. Man, let me ask you a question. It is only the guitar stuff. What do you do for a living? Or you have other things to do? It's a good question, man. You know, I'll just say that I work in the data space for my day job, sort of the analytics and data space, and I really enjoy that, to be honest with you. I'm really good at it. Well, I like to think I am. And it's kind of a fun thing, I guess. You know, I know a lot of different programming languages, and tons of different softwares, and so I just, I'm able to leverage that skill set along with just some really good business acumen, and really have a lot of fun, honestly. Pretty fortunate, I guess, in that regard. You know, I had a hard time ever getting a really good solid band together, to be honest with you. So, actually trying to do that was just never really something I wanted to do, perhaps. Well, that's interesting. I'm also studying something similar. Well, barely. I'm getting more into hardware and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. Hardware is awesome. My brother is super big into hardware. In fact, my brother made my computer for me. He's super big into hardware. I'm more on the software programming side. He's more on the hardware side. But I would say that it's an ever-changing landscape with the technology. That's for damn sure. You got to keep up with it, and you got to pay attention to what's going on. And that's the. I mean, I was gonna say the hard part, but it's honestly kind of the fun part too, because things always get better, right? So for those of you guys just joining or just checking this out here, we're doing a repair on this old Gibson from the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure. But the headstock broke off, fell off the wall. The owner Gorilla glued it on. A little off center, unfortunately. So we took it off and kind of resurfaced the two pieces. And my friend Colin developed these plugs for it. And he routed out all the cavities on the back here and made this all nice and really looking good. And then what we've been working on for the last little while here is just really getting these into the shape of the neck. Hey Daniel, this is a Gibson. Here, I'll show you the guitar quick if you guys want to see it. It's pretty cool. Let's flip her over, right? This is a Gibson here. Let me do this. This will be easier. So it's a pretty cool Gibson. It's pretty cool. Gibson Les Paul model. All the material here is gone, unfortunately. Nice chunk of it. So we're going to carve this out. This is like a combination of various glues and filler that kind of makes this really nice, super solid wood replacement. Yeah, we spent a really long time making sure that this puppy was 100% lined up and ready to rock. That was kind of the issue with what had happened to it. And so right now I'm going over these contours right here. As you can see, I'm really trying to tighten these up, make this look pretty good. This is not hollow. No, it is not. If you can see, it's got this really cool blue that comes out underneath the pickguard. Again, this is my friend's guitar. It's pretty cool. He said it was hanging in a bar for years. A bar that everybody went to and smoked at. And he asked the owner if he could buy it one day. And the owner said, sure, I guess. And so I guess the story goes, he took it home and somehow fell off the wall and snapped the headstock off. So that's the story. And so what we're doing right now is trying to just wrap this up. Trying to really wrap it up here. We're going to get this nice and contoured around the edge here. Just taking my time. Got some 80 grit on this nice little sanding block. And I'm just going nice and slow around the edge here, just feeling after every pass for the smoothness I'm trying to achieve. And we're almost there. What year is it? You know, I honestly don't know what year it is. You know, I mean, I could tell you what the serial number is. I want to say he thinks it's an 80s guitar. It says 8365532. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's an 86 or an 83, I mean. He thought it was an 80s model. I'm pretty sure he said it was an 80s or late 70s. He said it sounds awesome though and plays great, so I'm excited to get this back up and going for him because I think he's going to really like it. Perfect time to paint it. Maybe. Yeah. We'll have to ask him. I think he wants to keep it this color, unfortunately, which I don't blame him. You know, I think it's got a little sentimental value. You know, I think he's had it for a long time, but I think it's been broken for a long time. So it's one of those things where the guitar's been around, but maybe not usable. And so I think it's going to be, you know, really cool for him to get it back in his hands. He's got a band he's been working on for the last year. They play a bunch of 90s music, cool alternative music and stuff, you know. And I think this would be perfect for that. Honestly, it's probably got some El Nico 5s in it, if I had to guess. Some type. It's probably got a really nice rock sound, if I had to guess. But yeah, this is coming along pretty good. Let me know if you have any questions. Your dream is to have a Les Paul, but in Brazil it ends up being expensive. Dude, I bet. I bet, man. They're expensive here. I really like Jacksons, so that's what I play, my friend. I think they're just super nice instruments, and I really like metal. So, you know, naturally, I like the Jacksons, right? This is getting super close here to being nice and flush now. Just really taking my time. I don't want to rush this. And I also want to make a nice contour. You know, I tried a couple different knives, and I'm just not really that good with them to do this. Like I watched the Woodford guy to start carving into this, and you know, I just don't have that skill, but I do have that skill with sandpaper. And it's going to take a little bit longer, but I can make it happen, which is okay. It's kind of like using a pencil when you should be using a paintbrush, I guess you could say. Let me know if you have any questions. This Gibson headstock broke off, and we are repairing it right now. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to get all these final little imperfections in the plugs that my friend Colin installed. He did a really nice job, I gotta say. He made these babies flush. They are sitting in there beautifully, perfectly. They are flush underneath. He did an excellent job on this. So everybody should give him a round of applause. Maybe he's watching. If he is, you're the man, Colin. But yeah, he did a great job on it. And what I'm doing right now is just trying to get this all smoothed out around the edges. Yeah, I know, the dollar is 6 reais, money of Brazil. That's crazy. Even more so with the taxation that Trump did. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. It probably sounds bad, but I try not to get too into the political news. Not really my thing, I guess. Not that it doesn't affect me, but I don't know. Really blending this right in now. Almost there, honestly. This is feeling really good on this side. My dream is to have a BC Rich Mockingbird. Hey, it's Misery. What's going on, Misery? How are you doing, man? One of the best headstock repairs I've seen. This looks amazing. Well, it's not all me. This is my friend Colin did a lot of this work. My friend Colin has a lot of the wood, like the big hardware pieces that I just don't have, because he's got like a whole woodworking shop, and he's able to develop these plugs and route out sections on the back here and get these perfectly installed and flush. And then what I did is I've been slowly working to get these into shape, because these used to be rectangles, if you can imagine that. So what happened is this headstock broke off, of course, and the owner did a repair on it himself with some Gorilla Glue quick, and it was off-centered and a little bit unplayable, honestly. And so he asked me if I could, actually I think I convinced him to let me do it. I don't remember how it worked, but I told him, hey, yeah, we could fix that. And so we got it, and it turned out to be a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. So, hey, Savan, how's it going, man? Hey, Misery, how are you on this night? One of those I wanted, I could cost the car of the year and maybe more. Yeah, you're right, man. Absolutely right. For a real one, 5K at least, right? Brand new or more. Brand new Gibson. So anyways, right now we're doing some fine touch-up all around. I want everything to be nice and flush and smooth. And we are just about there on this side. This is coming along really good. It's feeling good. It's getting really smooth. Yes, I heard it. I applauded Colin above. Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't realize you were on. Maybe I missed it. And hats off to you as well. Thank you, my sir. Hey, you got to give me your, the Discord user thing you gave me. I couldn't find anything under it, homie. So I think you got to give me, like, your handle. Because, like, there's, like, a handle and then a username. Or maybe it's the other way around. What makes guitar so expensive? Yeah, I do agree with Misery. Profits. Green lines going up. That's what makes guitars expensive. So what I'm doing right now is there's just a little bit of masking tape right here. And we're just going to get that off. Just like that. Because that actually needs just a little touch of love. Just like that. Right over it. Kind of the last step. Papa Mig. Oh, I see. Did you maybe write it twice or something? Because, like, mine is like RAIDER X, but then it's like really like RAIDER X number or something. I don't know, dude. I'll try it again. What you can do, bro, just go to the about my channel. Actually, the easiest thing you can do And just, there's a link right there. And then you can join in. If anyone else wants to join in the Discord, check it out too. What was that thing you're rubbing? So this is a, I've got some 80 grit. It's the 80 grit gold. And this gold right here, well, no, I don't think this is actually P-rated, never mind. It's the StuMac gold. The stuff is great though, works great. And so what I'm doing is just touching up this last little bit of this Gibson here. I'll flip her over in a second. I'm actually almost done with this side, I feel like. I can see just like a little bit of something right here though that I just want to gently cut away. Very gently. There we go. Now look, it's not for everyone. I do find you're trying to do precision cuts like that, holding your breath seems to at least allow me to be more precise consistently. I don't know, it's a weird thing. It works with playing guitar too. I've talked about that on here before on some of my lead practice channel stuff. There's just a little bit of residue there I don't like. There we go. Just trying to get it super flush. Because I think what we're going to do is just stain it for now instead of painting it. Hey there, I just saw a notification about it, Misery. Nice. This is a sandpaper? Yes. Savan, I'm good, thanks. Hope you're well. Yeah, man. Hey, Savan, you should jump in the Discord too, dude. We should get some more people on the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's in the about my channel or whatever, the more button or link. Do I sound like an idiot? The more button link. The more button link. What do you guys do on disc? Well, dude, you know, honestly, I don't know yet. We just started it, so I don't know. Sky's the limit, right? I've actually got some pictures of this on there under Guitar Project before I started to really carve this all away the other day. So this is feeling really good. Kind of my last step is just to gently go over it and the existing material. Yeah. Well, and because I'm gonna redo a little bit of the paint here, so it's all right. Now this top, it's hard to see, but I'll show you here. I just created a profile the other day. Nice, dude. I haven't used it as of yet. You know, apparently I created one a long time ago. I don't even remember doing it. But if you can see this, there's actually a lip right here that's probably about the size of this razor blade in width. So I don't know, maybe 2 3/64ths of an inch, if I had to say. A couple thousandths for sure. And so I'm actually going to take a little different approach here. Let me know if you have any questions. I would like, but sometimes I can't understand clearly what some guys are speaking about. Oh, sorry, man, because you're from Brazil, right? I assume you speak Spanish? Or am I totally wrong there? Yeah, slang maybe. Yeah, I mean, look. I think it can be translated on Discord. So this guy has a 90-degree angle on it, and I'm kind of using it almost like a chisel. Because honestly, it looks really good from this side. Speaking in Spanish, I have class soon. Now, if I don't understand, I can ask. Practice English. You know. Yeah, it makes sense, dude. Totally get it. Get a little brush. Bracelets plus 10 guitar skill. You should put a volute on that bad boy. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank. What is that again? A volute. This is, oh, so Misery, I don't know if you heard the story. This is actually my friend's guitar. Not mine. And I'm doing a repair for him. And we are just about done on this part too. There was not much to do here on this. It's getting close. Yeah, it actually comes up a little bit right here before the end. And this is all tapered down a lot lower. The bump that strengthens the headstock. I learned that with Slash. How are you, Raider X? Dude, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, sir. Thank you for asking. How is everyone else doing out there tonight, huh? You know, I figure if I'm just gonna come down here and do any kind of guitar-related stuff, music-related stuff, I should just make it part of the Raider X channel. Why not? It's fun. It's good to share this. Boy, it's so close. So close. This is where you just gotta, I just want to go nice and slow now. Because see, there's some of the existing paint right here, and it's got, I mean, look, it's got a little bit of wear on it, but I believe we could restore that with a little bit of compound and some polish. So I really just want to get this maple as flush as I can with it, and then just back off. Just back off, and really get this all masked off and do a separate stain on just these plugs. So close here. Did not know I had a Gibson Les Paul. Hey, I'll see you later, FC SoCap Couture. Have you worked on basses, or how many? Tim Bingo. What did Tim say? Thick spot where the neck joins the headstock, also known as bump. Yes. Savon, it's his friend's guitar. Yeah, this is my friend's guitar. Hey, see you later. I'm just gonna call you Psycopter. Psycopato. Ugh. You heading out too, Ms. Man? All right, check this out. Here it is if you want to see it quick. Here, the best way to do it is probably to do this. Here. So here it is. If you look closely, it's actually got this really cool blue going on. Especially right here under where the pick guard goes. Which we have all the hardware, so it's not on it right now. You can see it's got a lot of fading going on. Definitely a lot of fading. It sat in a bar for a long time. Oh, Psyduck. Okay. All right, I'll try to remember that, Psyduck. See ya, dude. I like it. Pretty sure that's a Pokemon, isn't it? I like Pokemon. They're fun. It's a Murphy Lab. Thought it was a potato that makes you hallucinate. So, yeah, this is it. Had a significant loss of material here. That was part of the repair process. And it's part of the unfortunate accident of the headstock breaking off. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Not sure what's going on with that. If that's the original color or what. Oh, silo potato. Nice. All right. Get some water. I really am having water tonight. I really am. All right. This is this type of work. Got to make sure you're in a good state of mind for this type of work. Jamming, a little different. Sure you are. Here, let me get close on this again. You don't have to stare at me. All right. Just gonna do some happy little passes right here. Slowly working our way down. I keep moving around because I'm very, I don't know, I'm very restless sometimes. Almost there. Can still feel just a hair of a kickback sometimes on the back pass. You can feel right at the seam. Just want to go slow. How's everybody doing tonight? After 50 things that make your heart race are sort of unwelcome. Happy little passes. You could be the Bob Ross of guitar repairs. There we go, man. Maybe I just need an afro. Hey, Tim, how's everything going with the new addition to the family or whatever it was, right? Insomnia, it's what's for dinner. That's about it, man. Dessert. Almost there. Yeah, we're looking at about 11:30 here. I'm trying to make some significant progress on this. It's taken quite a while to get to this point. I'll say that. Definitely one of the more complex repairs I've done. Definitely required a lot of thinking and finesse and a lot of research. And so I can't take credit for this idea. We got this idea from a guy called T. Woodford, who does guitar repairs out of Canada. And he's got a YouTube channel. Doing well. They just bought a 3rd row seat vehicle for all the heathens. 130 here. Gotta have to jet. Yeah, I get it, man. Ford Explorer Limited, if I remember right. You know what? I've got that same vehicle, bro. It's nice. I got the same vehicle. I think mine's the XLT, but they're all pretty similar. But I like it. And that's great news, dude. I'm glad everything's going great. That is great news, honestly. Has the booming sound system in it. That's nice. Mine's not too bad, but I'm not picky about it. I'm not picky about it. You know, when I was growing up, dude, my bro, not that he needs that with all the kids back there, right? You know, man, when I was growing up, dude, my brother, dude, he would have the craziest sound systems in his car. I mean, he'd have like these capacitors that are like this big, like these giant cylinders. He'd have like amps that are like this long, like 3 in a row. He'd have like subwoofers hidden under his back seat, freaking tweeters on the door. I mean, just everything you can imagine. You know, custom this, custom that, speakers everywhere. And, dude, I can still remember listening to, like, the Justice album in there, freaking Divine Intervention, because it was right around that time, the Black album. It was quite an experience. It's like being in a concert all on your own. But I was never into the car stereos that much, I guess. But he always hooked me up, so that was nice, I guess. This side's almost done, folks. It's feeling really good. Yeah, it's feeling really good. It's almost flush. Just a little bit in the corner here. Honestly, about it. In the late 80s, early 90s, I had a pretty sweet system. Pile pounder 2s with a big amp. Cops pulled me over and wanted to know if it was stolen. Said it was odd I had a stereo worth more than the car. Priorities, what can I say? I'm pretty sure my brother got pulled over for just how loud his sound system was. But if you're like us, it's because we were in a small town. And, you know, look, if you're in a small town with 1,000 people and you're driving around blasting your sound system, yeah, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be looking right at you wondering, what the hell are you, what is that guy doing? What's he done? But I get it. I get it. Everybody's got to make their mark somehow, I suppose. All right, so this side, this one is feeling really good, everybody. I'm feeling nice about that. I'm feeling good about it. I think we're going to just gently use my roller side, come into this a little. Just feel a little inconsistency I don't like there. Just want to make this nice and smooth. This is actually past where I believe he would normally grab it. This is like up on the first fret. That's feeling, there we go. There's a little bump. I could feel a little bump. I think we got that out. Definitely got that out. Yes, this is sandpaper I'm using. Ernest. And welcome, Ernest. Loud exhaust and booming stereo. I wasn't the brightest bulb in the box. Hey, you know. Hey, man, I've been there. It's just about having fun. I had a Gran Torino station wagon that I painted camo, trying to blend in. Didn't work. They had some mean station wagons back in the day. You know, man, I used to work with this dude that had one of those mean station wagons. He swore by them. And he's one of those dudes that, you know, you didn't want to question him because he was a mean motherfucker. Mean motherfucker. You didn't want to question him. But he swore by him. I always thought, well, you know what? It's got a V8. It's not the coolest looking thing, but he'd floor it out of work and just take off. He'd be like, all right, well, there we go. The old Nomads are sweet. I don't know if I'm familiar with the Nomad. Is that a station wagon or something else? It's right there. I feel like we just got to make this just a hair smoother. It's a Chevy station wagon with a 454 big block. Got it. Hey, so for everyone watching, we're doing some guitar repair here. Dodge Magnum sleeper station wagon. Hey, those are pretty cool. I like those. I like the Magnum. Me and my brother test drove one time. It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat. Didn't land on it, but I always thought they were pretty cool looking. Kind of a cool idea, right? Definitely a cool idea. Well, for those of you joining, let me know if you have any questions. Now I'm just doing contouring on this. Really just trying to make this natural again. We've been tasked with repairing this headstock. Can get a 4x12 rig in there too. Yeah, you could. I'd like to see one of those newer Dodges with the Hellcat. I think they have an SUV with it now. You know, like the Durango with a Hellcat? Probably. I'm sure someone's gonna do it if it's not already a thing. There we go. That feels great. Okay. Now we gotta move on to this side. I'd like to see one of those newer Dodges with the oh wait, you said that. I already read that one. Hellcat SUV. Whoa, yeah. That would be cool. Soccer mom that hits the drag strip on the weekends. Drops the kid off and just floors it out of the parking lot. Be hilarious. Just want to curve this around nicely right there. Just a little. It had more of a 90-degree angle, which this has just a slight curve to it. It's not quite a 90-degree angle. So I just want to give it a little bevel almost, or maybe bevel's the wrong term, but a little, just sort of a little bend, so it's not at a 90-degree angle. There we go. Okay, so was this a brake that we're fixing? Yes. All right, I'll show you what's going on, Tim. So this is a Gibson Les Paul. Here, I've shown it a few times, but I'm sure we got some new people. It's Gibson Les Paul. Story goes, It was hanging at a bar for a really long time that my friend went to a lot. And one day he asked the bar owner, bartender, or whoever, if he could buy it. He's like, sure, $500. And he said, okay, he bought it, brought it home, played it for a while. And then one day, I think it either fell off the wall or he knocked it over, and the headstock snapped off. And he Gorilla glued it right through here and just kind of shoved it back in with all the existing material. And it was off center basically a little bit. And so he asked, we got talking about it one day, and he asked me if I could fix it. And so that's what we're working on right now. And so what we did is we removed the old headstock by, actually I'll show you. Dude, it took us a really long time because there was a crack was all the way from here, if you can see on the side where the material's gone, all the way to over here where the material is gone as well. So it's a pretty nasty crack. It was like through the sides here. And there is significant loss of material. And so we took some various types of glue removers and slowly injected it into the crack. And over about a 2-month period of slowly doing that, we were able to just kind of slowly pull this puppy off, right? With all the original, basically, wood, how it was as it was kind of glued. And that was the idea. So once we had it separated like that, we carved away all the material that was basically ruined from the Gorilla Glue, and that was just kind of existing in there. And that kind of created this cavity between the two pieces. And then to reinforce it, as I mentioned earlier, we did a lot of research on the best way to do this, and what we landed on was there's a guy called T. Woodford in Canada who does guitar repairs. And he did a very, very similar repair where it was just a really nasty break on a Gibson, and he did this type of method on it, where he used plugs on the back of the neck here by carving away this section to give this a really nice, solid foundation again. And so we thought, because of how this was broken at this angle like this, it would be the best way to do it. And the nice thing about the break is it did not go past the nut. So we were able to use a template that we bought to get everything lined up correctly to the bridge. And so it's gonna turn out really good. It's just taking a long time. It's taken a long time to get right. So yes, that's what we're fixing. It's my long-winded explanation on it. Sometimes I can ramble, that's for sure. And so right now, what I just did on this side, I need to do on this side. You can't see it, but I can show it to you. If you look here now, this is flush, right? This is no longer stopping. Okay, it's flush. This though, now this has a gap at least that big that needs to be sanded down. Same right here. We got a little bit of some residue I want to take off too before I do this. Some residue I just want to carve away very carefully. And so we'll do that really quickly before we get going. Let me know if you have any questions. What year is it? You know, I think it is. I don't think it's a studio. I guess I'm not sure. It just says Les Paul model. So I don't know which one it is. I think it is ebony. Yours broke around the 3rd fret. Snapped the neck but didn't break the fretboard somehow. Repair is pretty nice, but it's headstock heavy now. Yeah, I mean, look. That might be the case with this too, but it's gonna be better than it was, which was unplayable, I suppose, so. go. Just kind of getting just a little bit of this excess material off. And I'd rather do it this way than sand it off, because I'm anticipating already that a little bit of the clear and maybe a little bit of the paint's going to come off as I do this around it. And so I'd rather it's just, I can see it happen right away rather than try to work through like this material, this kind of residue material that I know is just going to sand away, but it's just going to get in the way, if that makes sense. And because it's like a brittle glue, it just, if you can get the tip of this razor on it, it just kind of breaks away very nicely. So it's not too difficult to get. I guess I'll have to route out a hole in the body and fill it with lead. Well, Tiber's weight belt weight to the bottom end of your strap, counterbalance for the neck weight. Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, you could try a few different things, I guess. I was kind of thinking, honestly, like, is that a viable option to like fill your cavity with some metal and make it a little heavier on the body side? Because like my roads, all my roads do that. Drives me crazy. They just fall down on their headstocks, and it's like, what is going on? And it's just because the body's so light. I have thought about that. Never executed on it, but I've thought about it. All right, we got that material gone. That right there is actually some of the wood. That is not anything I need to worry about. Nor, honestly, is this, but it's more just for purposes of doing it. Now this guy right here, we're gonna flip over for a second. My ESP Hot Rod Flame V had terrible neck dive. Yeah. I hear you, dude. I use lead shims in my work, so I have around 25 pounds of lead laying around most times. Jeez. Well, you could try it. So right here we got a little bit of thicker section of some of this stuff. And, you know, I'll try to get, I don't know if I can zoom in more on this. What we're trying to do right here is, just get a little bit of this glue off right here. All right. This is a very, very sharp razor, so it just touching it with the tip is really good at breaking up residual glue. It's just one of these things, you just gotta do it slowly and repetitively. Sometimes you gotta just change it up and just give a little bit more pressure, very carefully. Very carefully on the seam. Just a little bit right there, I'm not digging. I'd like it to be gone. Here's a good spot. There we go. It's just going to make the sanding more difficult. And I don't want it here anyways. So we're just going to slowly, very slowly, chip it away all the way to the other side. Make it a warlock. Hey, thanks, Misery Man. Yeah, hey, everybody, if you're liking this video, definitely give me some love, right? Whoops. Always make sure you get your hand out of the way wherever you're pushing the blade. Definitely don't want to accidentally cut your hand. So I don't know if you can see that. That's just about all of the material there. Some of this glue was honestly above the wood. It just kind of seeped out from the process. So now that I'm actually down to it, this is slightly annoying. But this is good because I've got it lower than the level now of the wood, which that was really my goal. This section is fine. I think we're good to work on this a little closer. The epoxy I used to rejoin stones would probably work good for this type of repair too. I hit the vein when they take your pulse with an X-Acto knife. Tiny scar, but it's probably one of my scariest injuries. I hit the vein when they take your pulse. Boy, you hit your pulse with an X-Acto knife or something? That's crazy, man. That sounds insane. All right. I'm going to slowly work on this right here. So I can see we really got to get this contour better right there, because this is just very bottom heavy right now. And I actually did not notice that until I looked at it from right here. So what I mean by that is the plug on this side is sticking out further this way than it should be. And I can see because this side, the plug actually starts further down on the side of the neck. And this side it started a little bit higher. And so as I'm looking down at it, I can see that this one's coming out a little bit this way. And so I've got to kind of break this down a little bit just to get this contoured correctly with both sides of it. So let me know if you have any questions. Yep, pumped blood several feet. About right below where your bracelet sits. Yeah, dude, that would, you know, one time I was at my friend's house and his little brother did that with a can. He was opening a can. And all of a sudden we looked over and it says, psh, 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 psh. I remember thinking to myself, holy shit. I thought he was gonna like die or something. I was like, oh my God. I don't even remember what happened. Isn't that crazy? It's so long ago now. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember that part of it. It's like, well, what did happen now that I think about it? Did we go to the hospital? I have no idea. I don't remember. All right, so I've actually got a significant section of material I need to kind of wither away here. That's okay. It's going to be a minute, though. It's a little uneven between the sides. It needs to kind of have a nice contour downward, sort of like a backward arch. You can just imagine how you would hold a Gibson. What's the serial number? All right, the serial number is, if you want to look this up, we've got 836455532. So I was thinking maybe that means it's an 83. We got woozy and acted like she was going to pass out. Told her to get it together. She had to drive to the hospital. Good times. Oh, man. Yeah, it's feeling good. I mean, this feels great. This all feels great. All we're doing right now is really aesthetic work. Returning this back to the original form is the idea. So, but as far as playability, look, we could put the strings on it and the tuners right now and it'd be rocking and rolling. This feels great. This all feels great. I just want to get this looking as best as we can. I want this all to be super nice and flush. Then we're going to go ahead and actually, let's just do this. You can bring it this way. I think this is actually going to work pretty good. There we go. Okay. Now you can kind of see what I'm doing. Couldn't hear you. Oh. All right, sorry. You ready, dude? It is 83645532. 83645532. So I think it's an 83 maybe. How much this guitar? I'm not sure, dude. Honestly, I have no idea. You know, I think it's going to be worth more after we fix it. 1985, really? Interesting. Okay. It's a 1985. Thank you, Misery. So, who knows what happened with it, right? I'm really curious on the story on this one. But I honestly don't know what it is. Other than, like I said, my friend bought it in a bar. But I'm curious, like, what's the story before the bar, right? Like, how did it end up just being hanging at a bar? Like, was it just bought it for looks, make the bar look cool? I could see that. So 1985, 364 day of the year, 532 guitar that day. Really? $364. Okay. And then the 532. And then somehow that 8 and that 5 are the year. Is that how that works? That's pretty cool. I had no idea, honestly. But yeah, we're doing some guitar repair for all you just joining. Damn it, this thing is starting to wear away on the corner there where I need it most. So this is a really cool little block. Got it from StewMac. It's called Kovacs. And you can buy their little rolls of paper. The gold sandpaper, the 3M gold, works really great for this type of work. So what I wanted to do there is just get a fresh piece of the grit, because it's starting to not do much at this point. It's been used quite a bit on this process so far. So what I'm doing right now is just contouring the back of the headstock between the plugs and the neck. So if you're wondering what we got going on here, headstock broke off, and basically my friend Colin made these plugs, and he routed out these sections on the back of the neck, and he installed them. And now my role in the rest of this is to get these all contoured and sanded down to the correct size of the existing neck, or with the profile of the neck, however you want to phrase that, but basically to return the wood back to the original form that it was in before the accident happened. So this guitar fell off a wall, as I understand, or it fell out of a stand. So this is really close, really, really close. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Doing a little Raider X repairing tonight, I guess, here in the shop. This is kind of the other command center, I guess, for all my guitar stuff. I'm over here probably just as much as I'm in the studio, which is good and bad, I guess. Almost positive it is a studio model and actually a 532 neck. Necks are numbered before they become attached to a guitar. Hey, I was off. Grover Deluxe Tuners. What do you mean, Timmy? I must have missed something. Are you talking about the ones that go on this? This might, you know what? They might be Grover Deluxes. Is that what you mean? I guess I think they're just those standard Gibson rectangular tuners, though. Almost there. I thought they were Schallers. I don't know. I could look. I'd have to get them out of the bag. I've got them in a bag somewhere around here. That's where that big chunk is. We're getting there. Getting closer. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Looks like Kluson footprints. I'm not sure. Nice if you could move the D and G tuners closer to the center of the headstock to get rid of the tuning issue all Les Paul seemed to have. Yeah, I had a guy brought a guitar over that had this like contraption on the headstock that like brought all of them together and then down. It's pretty cool. Forget what it was called. Let me know if anyone has any questions. And if you guys want to check out the Discord, make sure you do that too, all you guys joining out there. String Butler. Music Man was one of the first to change the headstock to compensate for it, I think. Interesting. I guess I've never looked into that to know like what the history is on that, honestly. I always feel a little jealous on those Ibanez's because they have the nice string trees. The Jacksons really don't. Which, you know, look, you can get away with it. But it's just, it's like, well, it'd be kind of nice. I feel like it'd be kind of nice. This is getting really, really good. Really good. I like to just take different angles on it, just to helps me just keep my eye on it a little closer. Right now I'm doing full flat edge on it, so I think I'm going to hit right onto the paint now. So hopefully it'll just flatten out with it, and I can feel it hit it. Yeah, that's really good. We're in the money zone on that. Boom. That is beautiful. All right. Seems like the straighter you can keep the string, the more stable the tuning. I agree. Prefer straight pull from nut to tuner. It's fair. What was a guitar without a headstock? Steinberg or something? Yep. It is. I've never played one. Wonder if they're cool. So this sharp edge here, I just want to get this last bit there like that. And now I'm going to roll into it with this. Because I want it to kind of bunch out. That's the idea. So I need to put more pressure here where it joins and kind of let it naturally roll off the pressure as it reaches the end of the surface, which will allow me to maintain the shape that I'm trying to shoot for here, which is basically the flare at the bottom of the headstock. I know. Sometimes you just gotta say, what are you trying to say, man? So I'll just keep going in a circle. And now we're just rounding out that 90-degree edge. So got a little 90-degree edge. We just want to take that off and make a nice little rounded edge. They say they never go out of tune. Yeah, I bet they do. How can it not go out of tune, right? I mean, look, maybe it doesn't, but I highly doubt it. They're gonna say, well, with the strings properly stretched. Okay. Yeah, this is looking really good. Coming around there. Beautiful. Actually pushing with it into the corner. It still has a little too much flare. You guys probably can't see that, but I just don't like it. And it's like it's like it's kind of coming out, and then it's got a little pregnant bump. It needs to just kind of flush like this. It's just got a little bump right there that I just need to really get out. Let me know if anyone has any questions. How's everybody doing out there in the chat again? I'm sure we got some more new people again. There we go. Now she's tapering down really good. Just got to give it a little push. A little push right in the middle there. So right now we're just trying to get rid of the 90-degree angle on between the plug and the headstock and turn this into the more natural curve that it has around the bend here. Evertune? Just got here. Is this a broken neck repair? Yes, it is. Randad, good to see you, dude. We are doing a neck repair on a Gibson. This one has been... We have been working on this one for quite a while, to be honest with you. It just requires a lot of finesse and a lot of detail. So right now, what I'm doing is trying to blend in the plugs that my friend Colin installed on this. He did an excellent job of getting these installed onto the board here, as you can see. And right now we're just going through and doing the finalization on it. So, let me know if you have any questions. Got just a little bit more contouring to do between the existing neck and these plugs here. But it is coming along. It's looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about the shape. I need to round this one out a little bit more back here. This one's got a nice roundness going on. If I can emulate that on this side, I'll feel really good about this for my friend. Because I know he's going to want it to look really nice. I just know he is. So we just kind of got to give it just a little bit more contour right there. With a little bit of backwards angle into the reverse portion of the headstock. Let me know if you have any questions, though. Where is the brake? I'd love to know how it looked before. I haven't seen a repair like that before. Yeah, all right. Well, let's take a quick break, and I can show you what's going on with it. It's going to take a break from this work anyway. So here's the guitar. So just hold it up here. Pretty cool Gibson. And basically, he dropped it, or I'm sorry, it fell off a guitar stand or off the wall, and this whole section snapped off. And he Gorilla glued it back together. And so, gonna put a stinger on that. What's a stinger? Broken headstock on a Gibby. Yeah, I know. Well, this one though he actually dropped. So, or I'm sorry, fell out of the stand or off the wall or something. So he Gorilla glued it. It was a little off center though, so we removed it really slowly. And then this was where the brake was, and as you can see, there's a significant loss of material. And so we got to carve this out a little bit to make room for the truss rod. This is a sort of mixture of filler and various glues. And then my friend Colin made some plugs for the back here, and he routed out these sections and created these plugs and then had them installed. And then if you can imagine, these were squares or rectangles, like little hash browns. Oh, stinger equals a paint job? Okay, my bad. Oh yeah, is that the bullseye? Is that the Zakk Wylde bullseye? I get it now. I bet that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. I don't know if he'd do that, though. I don't think he's a Zakk. Well, I think he likes Zakk, but he doesn't really play that kind of music. So anyways, we got these out and or installed, and now I'm slowly just recontouring them to the original shape of the body here. And we're getting pretty close. It feels really good. Like, I feel really good about it. I just want to get it really good. So that's kind of what we got going on there. All right. We're almost done, though. I shouldn't say done. There's still a lot to do on this. But I'm almost done with this step. Feeling pretty good about it. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, you bet, dude. No worries on the explanation. There's always new people joining in, from what I can tell. So I don't mind re-explaining it because I'm sure that people would like to hear it. So ask questions. Ask away. Really right now I just need to kind of make this a little bit more contoured with the other side. And then we're going to be moving on to carving out the front section. Although I didn't realize it's getting so late. Damn it. Damn it, is it really 12:15 already? Son of a gun. Holy cows. All right. I actually got to get up tomorrow morning. Of course. So I can't spend too long on this. Too much longer. Putting myself at about 6 hours of sleep if I fell asleep right now. But we got a little bump out right here. I'd love to just get this done. And honestly, now that I've got my angle, I'm going to just kind of go up and down on it, kind of rough it up really good. And kind of break those off. Trying to get it as flat as I can on the corner of this, because I know it's just one little strip that's hitting it right now. And then just working it down with the edge. Just very carefully by hand. Ditto, I bid good night all. They say there ain't no rest for the wicked. That's right, man. It's true. It's true, Bill. I definitely fit that definition because I do not stop once I get up. It's pretty much around the clock, non-stop activity. And that is kind of how I really like it, to be honest with you. I like being on the move a lot and not sitting my ass around doing nothing. Nothing drives me more crazy than sitting around doing nothing. There we go. Okay. Really just got to notch this in. This needs to be kind of notched in here, like the other side. And we'll be sitting good. I'm gonna get out a ruler. I'm just kind of curious how this is all lining up for me. I guess that's not going to help me much, is it? Let's see if I can't... Yeah, that's looking really good. I feel like we're right... There we go. A little straighter. There we go. Let's get this... Oh, the guitar isn't sitting level. Must not be, because this is... definitely not perpendicular. But regardless, it's looking pretty good. Measure from the top down on each side. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I can do that too. The only thing there is I know this one has an inconsistent headstock. So about 5.25. And yeah, I'd say it's 5.25 this way too. So yeah, they're really good. Main thing is this has a nice rounded taper. This has just a little bit more of a 90-degree angle going on. So I just need to give it, this whole piece just needs to kind of smooth around here a little bit nicer so that it's the same on both sides. And the reality is the guy I'm doing this for probably wouldn't even care. But I really do. I want it to be the best it can be and to really look nice. So yeah, that was a good idea, Tim. Thank you. I always appreciate a second set of eyes. Can I just say? Yeah, it's really just like right here. I got to just get this section a little more rounded in. There, it's starting to come around now. Let me know if any of you have any questions. Just doing a Gibson headstock repair here. This is one of the more complex repairs we've done. We're doing a restoration approach. So we're trying to preserve all the original wood as much as we can from this. Now that, my friend, is starting to look great. Feeling really good about that. All the transitions are feeling good. Maybe a little bit right there. Yep. Just a little bit here yet. Just need to round out that corner. All right. Got a little bit up there. Let's knock that down. Again, this is the type of thing where you want to just take your time, okay? Just take your time. There's the 3 Ds of guitar work. Do you know what those are? Detail, detail, and detail. Slow down, take your time. See, now what I can really see now is how I want this to curve. Just a little bit more right there. Just a little bit more. Come on. Just give me a little more. Go up and down. Careful with the up and down. Reno J, try sound post on an acoustic guitar and it sounds good. It sounds also on the back. Nice. What's a sound post, my man? Is that like a pickup or something? Welcome to, my friend. Almost there. It's looking really good. There we go. That looks great. All right. This is looking really good. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think he's going to be happy. I think we can do overall right here. It's really like this. Perfect. Okay. Trying to feel for any imperfections and just really gently pulling this over the surface. The Dumb and Dumber Guys song is called When My Fingers Hit Your Strings, by the way. Is that something from yesterday? I think I remember Ashley saying something about that. Sound post is like a wood that connects the back and top like the violin sound post. Got it. Yes. Okay, I'll ask her. We've both been so busy today, dude. Honestly. I had to work super early. She had to work till like 6. Just fine. You know, I look at this and I say to myself, damn it, I want just a little bit more. I want just a little more. Yep, life in the fast lane, LOL. Ha. Yeah, that's about it, man. For real. Totally hear that. So, for those of you just joining, this has been a rather complex repair we've been doing on this. Looked at those Tonewood amps for acoustic. $500. Damn. It's expensive. All right. Well, I think I've got this where I want it right now. I really do. I think at this point we've made some significant progress on it. And I think I'm gonna call it a night here pretty soon, my friends. We can go ahead and take a final look at this though. Before I do, we kind of talk about next steps, what's coming next on the Gibson, because it is not done. The work is not done, unfortunately. There's a lot to do yet, unfortunately. Much to my friend's disappointment, there is a significant amount of stuff to do. Okay, so here it is again. Here's the Gibson. First off, I'd like to get to the bottom of this. See that blue? That is so cool. Like, he and I both wonder, was it originally blue? Or is it like a blue undertone? Is there a way to get that blue to come out? Because, boy, this thing would be really cool if we could get that blue to come out. So anyways, here it is tonight. We got these looking pretty good. I think that looks pretty damn solid. Pretty flush. Tomorrow, well, maybe tomorrow, one of these days, got to carve this out. Right here is the next section that we're going to do. We'll remove all that material, carve this out. Then going to take some type of a sealant material. I'll probably use a CA or perhaps a really light epoxy. And I'm going to seal inside this cavity where that material is and around the perimeter edge. Then we're going to paint that. And I'll kind of show you the back, what we've done here already, if you'd like to see. There's that really cool blue again. My friend Colin cut out 2 plugs and routed these 2 cavities for the plugs and fit them in. He did a beautiful job on it. They're sitting in there really good, as you can see on both sides. And what I did is I took the time to get these all routed down so that they would fit correctly in there. Or not routed down, but sanded down, chopped down. They used to just be rectangles, if you can imagine, 2 giant rectangles right here. We got this idea from a luthier in Canada called T. Woodford, who has a YouTube channel who does all kinds of crazy guitar repairs. So shout out to him for the great idea, because it's what we decided would be the best bet on this Gibson. In any event, there's me doing some more guitar repairs. We'll be back with some heavy metal one of these nights, or maybe a practice session tomorrow. Rocking out some more songs to learn for the stream, guys. But we're going to get out of here tonight. You all have a good one. See you around. Rock on.